Jeff seemed to have caught a cold down here in this musty cave. So we're gonna have to warm him up, give him a good bath, give him some soup, and hopefully he'll get better. Um, welcome back, guys. Um, Today I actually have quite the project in mind, kind of like every other episode. I have been working on a automatic cow breeding farm that also cooks meat automatically and stuff like that. Um, that was a terrible explanation, but I'll go into a creative world here soon and show you guys the little concept I've been working on. But first, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of an update on the Cove area up here. Um, so I kind of tried something new. I tried live streaming while I was building this, just so I could show like my progress doing it and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough dirt, so I only was able to work on this little area over here and add a little bridge, which I really like this bridge. I think it's pretty neat looking. There's a little block right there that I forgot to remove, so I'm gonna remove that. But I actually really like the way that it like encases the entrance to this. And if we hop on over to the other side, I brought the hill out to this like part of the uh, edge of the cove here because I really liked the way that this was wrapping and I wanted to keep that going. And then I even think that I might add another entrance somewhere over here because it kind of has like a really cool uh, like look to it. So I might work on something over here, something fun, like another entrance to the cave or something like that. But this is all I did. I worked on one of the little valleys. I don't really know what to call these things, but I'm gonna call it a little valley. So once you bring a boat over here, this is one of the entrances, and then it'll lead to another part of the base. But I really like the way that this looks. This side I didn't work on as much, so it's pretty oops, it's pretty still normal terrain looking. But yeah, this is looking really good. At the end of the video, I'll probably hop onto shaders and show you guys what it looks like because I really like the way that this area is starting to look on shaders. I'm gonna have to break those, but yeah, if you're interested in watching like live streams, it's not for everybody, I know, but if you ever want to come join, it's not gonna be a normal thing, but come check it out. I'll give a link in the description to my Twitch channel, but I'm gonna hop in a creative world real quick and show you kind of what we're gonna be doing today. All right, so now that we're in the creative world, this is the design I have. It's kind of, if you played Minecraft for a while, you've probably seen a design that looks somewhat like one of these cages. Actually, it looks a bit more like that. This was the first attempt, um, but I think this is pretty honed down. I have this pretty completed here. So just kind of show you how it works. We click this button. We go around breeding all our cows. Usually I just stand on the back wall, breed them all. This real fast. Probably hear me clicking rapid speed. Um, and then you come through here, click the button again. All the babies will fall. Sometimes they'll fall in here. It depends on, honestly, it's completely random which one they fall in. But it doesn't really matter because if we hop on the back here, this is the setup here. So I'll kind of run you through it real quick. So you press this button, it activates the water stream, which is connected to dispensers that are right behind here. And it goes down the line, follows this line, it goes up to this T flip-flop, which pulls out a block, which is originally set in this position, which locks this, or which I guess has activates this, locks this hopper, which prevents any items from going through this hopper clock. And this is an extended hopper clock, so this is like the seconds. This is kind of like minutes and minutes. It's like a counter, really. So this will go back and forth constantly. This will go one block at a time, and this is what's counting. So this is on a timer that's about, I think I have it set for about 23-ish minutes because I took into account that the babies take about 20 minutes to grow up, right? And then I also took into account breeding time. So I have it around 23 minutes. If I had to extend this, it would be longer, or the time would be longer. And then so once all the blocks go into this, um, if they go once they go into this hopper, this gets deactivated, which pulls this block back, and this activates. This is a monostable circuit, which basically what that does is it sends a block into this hopper, and then block goes back down into this and resets itself. So it's like a resetting clock basically. And then activates the comparator, which is activating this observer. And this is actually a pretty cool system because this is a 2-tick pulse, which means that once this activates, this dispenses lava. These ones right here, these will dispense the lava, and then it'll pull it back immediately. And a really good way to show that is just to make this timer a little shorter. So let's take out like all of these and then have this maybe only take out the rest of this. And we'll kind of watch it. So that'll activate, it'll start this, and then pretty good angles right here. You'll see the redstone activate, and then it'll turn off and turn on. And then um, any second now. Oops, forgot they have to go all the way back here. So I'm gonna take these out. And so let's hurry over here again. So you saw it activate, and then you saw it activate again, which pulled it in. And once these guys are grown, it is the perfect time for killing. Like it won't like have the mobs float up into the lava and the items like get burned. So how that works is once the lava comes out, it kills, or these mobs will be grown and it's a perfect height so that they'll get hit by it. They'll start floating up, but because it's not very long, they'll just fall back down, and it's like the perfect length of time that the mobs will always die. Um, and that's really important because when I first tried this, they were floating into the lava, and the items would start to get burned in the lava before it was pulled back into it. Unfortunately, you can't get the XP. I might add some half slabs or something down here just so I can get some of that from the breeding. But a really, really important part of this, which I kind of just glossed over, is this system right here, right? So I'm gonna break well, it doesn't really matter. So this is another T flip-flop design. So how this works is that once I press this button, it powers this block, and then also powers this piston, which leads into an observer, which sets this block here, this redstone block here, which activates this repeater going to this one, which locks it. And that might seem unimportant, but because that is a T flip-flop, and as you can see, it's activated right now, and it's locked. So that means that nothing's gonna keep flowing. So it's actually like a self-resetting system. And so because I have this here, once I press this button to, here, I'll show you a good demonstration. I press the button to get the water up, right? This activates this, which locks this as powered, which doesn't change the input again if I were to like click this again, right? So that was still powered. This is still unpowered, which means that this didn't get activated again and stop the clock, if that makes sense. And another important thing I have is that once this observer gets activated and starts the lava, which we'll see here probably in a couple seconds, it runs down the line here and activates this, which locks it back up. So this system is like completely automatic. The only thing that you have to do yourself, and you see it's activated again, the only thing you have to do yourself is breed these and press this button. That is it. And that's like the limiting thing in vanilla Minecraft, because in modded Minecraft, which is kind of where I got the inspiration for this, because having an automated food farm was so nice. So I had to make one in here, and the only thing I could do was breed. That's the limiting factor. But everything else here is automatic and completely self done by itself. And it actually is a this is a really cool feature. It fits within a chunk, which means as long as this chunk is loaded, it's not going to break. Which, you know, this if you had this clock on this half, and then that half of the chunk, or that chunk got unloaded but this one's still loaded, the timer breaks, right? So fortunately, I made it compact enough that it all fits within one chunk, so that as long as this chunk is loaded, which you can't load half a chunk, at least not to my knowledge, it will stay active. So if you're close to your base, it'll be good. And then this is actually tileable. So if you're always going to be close to your base, you can have this thing going forever. I'm going to probably in the survival world, I'll probably put in 2 more cells here because that's about the max. So it'll be 5 total cow cells. And the reason I have different cells instead of having just one with a ton of cows in it, because the way that they work is that the more cows that are in here, the less chance that you're going to breed all the cows together. I think I have 4 in here, 6 in here, and 4 in here. I think 6 is kind of the max, but 4 is a pretty good one. And then you get, you know, so from the last test I did, I got about 21. So if I add 2 more cells, I'll probably get around, you know, what's half of it? like I don't know, 30 or 40 each time this runs, which is crazy good, especially if I just every time I come in here I breed and then I just have basically a stack, right? So I'm gonna build this in the survival world. I hope I explained that well. Another really important feature is that these blocks are all a transparent block because of the trapdoor here, which if I wanted other mobs in here, the trapdoor is very necessary. The mobs will grow up and they'll get suffocated in the wall. So making sure that these are transparent blocks all the way through this killing chamber is very important. Otherwise, mobs will die and you'll get uncooked food, which if you don't mind, that's okay. But this is pretty much self-automatic cooked steak farm. And you can put sheep in here, you can put cows in here. I tested it with, or did I say cows again? Sheep, pigs, cows. Those three mobs will work in here. I've tested it. I originally was going to do sheep, pigs, cows. That's why there's three cells. Um, but yeah, this is the design that I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna probably take a while off camera to build this in survival and find a place for it, only because it's gonna be a lot of troubleshooting. If you see that, I might make a tutorial on this design here soon. I might compact it a little bit more if I can, but I might make a tutorial on it. And if you want that, let me know in the comments or whatever. I think that it's going to be good for vanilla servers, vanilla Minecraft on PC. I don't know if it's going to work on Bedrock. I don't know um, if it's different on servers. I'm assuming so. I'm assuming this timing is going to be very different. But for the most part, it's 64. Here, I'll kind of put all these blocks back. 64, and then 16 is this one. So 4 stacks of 64, stack of 16, and then 7 blocks in here. That gives me about 23-ish minutes to wait for these guys to go. So yeah, I'm gonna hop back into the survival world, get all the materials I need, and get a good start on this. While I was away, I also decided before the cow farm, or before we start the cow farm, I need to get started on possibly like a wheat farm. This is going to have like every type of crop that can be grown, I think. So like wheat, carrots, potatoes, beets, possibly, um, bamboo, sugarcane, maybe netherwort, and then possibly like melons and pumpkins. And because cactus is such an odd block to or odd material to get. I think I'm gonna do a different cactus farm. Originally, I had that room over here and then realized that I would have hit the staircase. So I moved it over there. I might actually make this into the cactus farm. I'm not sure yet, but I think I can probably finish this up here off camera just because I want to get to the cow farm as soon as I can because that's probably going to be the majority of the video. And with a little editing magic, this room should be done in no time. Ta-da! All done. That probably wasn't as seamless as I thought it would be. Why is there a pumpkin out here? I think an Enderman came in and stole a pumpkin and trampled on my crop. That's great. Um, so this is the farm. It's quite colorful. I think that we have all types of stuff in here except cactus. We got cocoa beans on the walls with jungle planks in the back, beets, potatoes, carrots, wheat, bamboo, pumpkins, or pumpkins, melons. We got a little bit of netherwort and sugarcane. So there's also barrels in the sides here. Wow, there are just tons of things coming in here and stepping on my plants, huh? Okay, so we have an Enderman problem. They are destroying my stuff. Um, so this is going to be the main source of like wheat or this is going to be the main source of like crops for a while until I get an automated system going. But I also kind of brought this out a little bit more. This is, I think, where the cactus farm is going to be. I blocked off the entrance over here to this other part of the cave. It led to nowhere, so I'm not really opposed to that. And then I'll show you kind of where I want to build the cow farm. It's in an odd spot. It's on this side where the nether portal is. The nether portal will change eventually, but this is probably the best spot for it because the majority of the buildings, excuse me, majority of the buildings are probably going to go on the opposite side of the island. So if we go on up top here, yeah, so they will probably mostly be over here. This is like the biggest part of the island, so this is my failed attempt at trying to make it so that this podzol doesn't grow. I try to put it in the air, doesn't work. Guess I didn't know what to do. So if we hop back down, I'll show you why I chose that area. Oh, too far. Um, so if we do F3 and G, we can see the chunk borders, and this is again really important because this is an area where it's right on the entrance of like one of these pathways, but it's not super close. Everywhere else in the cave was super close, and I could dig pretty far back in some spots, but I didn't really feel like it. I wanted it to be pretty close and easy to get to, and this is probably the best spot. And the reason I wanted it to be like a little bit further back, like this chunk wall further back from the path. So I want to have this be like a storage system, an automatic storage system. It doesn't need to be big. I might even have them like come all the way over here. But I just wanted enough space so that when I decide to put an automatic storage or automatic sorting thing for the leather and the steak, and if I decide to put other animals in there, I want it to sort out. So I wanted a room that is really close to the pathway where I can come up and just open the chest and there's steak in there, or like something over here. So I'm gonna clear out this area and then probably start building with you on camera just so you guys can see everything that it takes to build it. And then we will hopefully have a good cow farm and probably wrap it up there. So I will be back momentarily. So I think I got everything we need. I might have to do a couple more trips to go grab stuff that I forgot, but I cleared out some space. I also got the height down real quick. I just wanted to see that I built the room up enough, and I actually had to clear out a little bit of space up here. But I think the best way to get started here is just to kind of organize these pens. I think so. These are going to be where the breeding cows are going to be. So the babies will fall on each of these little spots here. So I'm going to get the dispensers ready, and I think, yeah, so it'll be here. They'll be here and they can fall this way. Oh, did I do that wrong already? So they'll be here. They'll fall into this one and this one. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'll just kind of alternate every guy here, and that should cover it all, right? Yep, yep, yep. Cool. So I actually hear a lava pocket somewhere. If you listen, yeah, you hear the pops. I think there's a lava pocket behind this wall, so that's actually convenient because I need lava for all these. So I'll probably find that and use that instead of going all the way down to the ground. And then let's see. So next is the breeding rooms, or not breeding, yeah, breeding room. So this one might be a little more difficult to place, actually. Cool. So now we clear all this out, and then I have a little design of what this is going to look like in my creative world. I kind of worked on it a little bit, just so that I don't have to come back through and try to change it later. So I decided I want to go with like ooh, I don't want spruce, I want dark oak, like a crazy little wall here. So if we break this out, I'll kind of show you kind of what I want to do. So you take some dark oak planks and some of this brown clay, and you can like alternate the pattern, just do some crazy stuff. And I think that'll look pretty good. I'm gonna try to build up the wall a little bit more here so that it kind of has a little bit of detail, so it's not super flat. So if we break our way out here, this is kind of what the wall is going to look like. It's nothing super crazy. I didn't want to go super detailed with it. I just wanted to have some type of design so it wasn't super flat. And I like the brown with the cows, so that was kind of fun. And then up here we go, this is going to be the next part of the wall. This is where we kind of start um, the next part for the redstone. So we get this wall in, and then we can figure out from there where we want the button and all that kind of stuff to go, because I think I need to add a little more wood in some areas. Something like this. Oh, not that. Don't break it with the glass. I want to keep that. Something like that maybe. And break that. A little too picky. I'm just too picky. And then the button, I think I'm either going to put here or here. And then we're going to actually probably have this be 3 high because I don't like the way it looks just too high. And then we'll kind of push this wall back a little bit right here. And there we go. That looks a little better already. So just gonna fill this in real quick. The button is can be moved pretty much anywhere. Like I could have it on this wall, I could have it over there if I really wanted to. It doesn't really matter. It's mostly just for, I'm gonna break out. So it's mostly just so that I can like have a dedicated spot for it. So that looks pretty good. Let's fill that in. That look kind of similar to what it looks like down there. Sure, that, that looks all right for now. It's nothing too crazy. I just wanted the placeholder for now. And then let's grab the button. And I think, yeah, that looks pretty pretty correct. And the button, this is going to start where the redstone's going to be, and I think I want it there because then I'll have a chest right here for the wheat. So if we hop on back here, I probably should have grabbed some scaffolding. Let me go do that real quick. I need to do a line behind these guys so that the redstone can go on top of it. So if we just go along the edge here and fill all those in, and then we can put redstone on top of that, and then we can bring our line down here. So I think I had it something like this, and then this built downwards. Or I think that, yeah, that looks right. And then let's get some of this going. Oh my gosh, I don't use these very often, and I'm really bad at figuring out how they work because wow, okay, this is, there we go. I don't have to shift. Okay, so let's get all this redstone in here actually. So maybe I'll just, I they're so useful. I just don't know how to use them. So I know that I need a repeater somewhere in here. Uh, let's see, let's do it right here. This is where the repeater is gonna go. Just to get that little extra length because I think it's about 12 blocks from there. And we're gonna have to probably break these blocks real quick. Just get all these in here. And then I think it was right here. And oh no, that's the wrong spot. Okay, so maybe it goes down one more like that. I think, hopefully. And then we go to the repeater. And I did not clear this high enough. I knew it. I thought I did, but I was wrong. We need a half slab. That's right. So I'm gonna go make a half slab. So the half slab is important. I don't know if I mentioned it while I was talking about this in the creative world, but this half slab is important so that it doesn't activate the piston again because the block gets powered itself. So then we grab more redstone and go along the inside here. We grab this, and we can start pillaring this thing down here. And then, let's see, I'll just go like that. And I think that'll work if I go like that. And then I can start bringing this straight down here and leading into the next part of the mechanism. And then I think I'm going to do the piston stuff first, just so I made sure I did it in the right area. So we need to grab more scaffolding apparently, because I don't know how this works, man. I really have just, I'm so bad with it, surprisingly. And then the observer goes that way, and then it activates another piston. So let's just go like this, and oop, wrong thing. I think that observer is actually backwards. We'll try it real quick. Go press that button to make sure it works. And if we hear the block go, then it worked. If it didn't work, okay, that's good. Good. That worked just fine. So let's hit it again so that it's not broken. And I heard these clicks, so that worked too. Good. We're doing good stuff. And then this needs to be into a, oh my gosh, one day I'll figure it out, I promise. This goes here, so then this goes here into what is going to be a repeater. So this will be a piece of redstone, repeater, and then a repeater there so that it locks it when we go down. Now, I'm going to do a quick test to make sure everything works. So let's break all these real fast. So I want to make sure that this works before I bring the cows in so I don't have to like try to move the cows. So if I do this, all the water should be out. Perfect. If I hit it again, the water should be back in. The lava, the counter should be going. I don't want it to be going. I should have broke it first. So let's bring this block back into this and lock that, grab that, and put it back in there. Cool. Nothing else happened. Cool. I think we're good. So water worked. I know the lava works. I tested that already. I think this should stretch the whole way. That worked. It's time to go get the cows. So my original plan to get all these guys down was to take some leads that I made and drag them all the way to the cow farm, right? But I got to thinking like I think it'd be easier if I just brought two into each cell and then breeded them there and had them trapped so that the little babies didn't fall, rather than taking all of these cows and trying to fit them into the cells. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try to just get two of them and just work my way down that way. I don't even know how to get these guys out without them all escaping. So if I go like this, I kind of made an entrance this way so we didn't have to go all the way down the all the way down this tree here, and then bring them through the top. I hope this works. Oh, I forgot to put the thing there. Uh-oh. Okay, come on, come on. This way. Fall. You can do it. I believe in you. Nope, you went too far. Uh-oh. Get in there. I don't think they'll fall with the trapdoor there now I'm thinking about it. There we go. And break the lead and not get it back. Oh no. Okay. So, kind of like what I was saying is I want to keep them here, so I might have to break the trapdoors and temporarily put some blocks here. Hopefully that doesn't suffocate them. I'm gonna test it out with one before I go too crazy. And push in there, and sweet. Now let's breed these guys and see what happens to the baby. Uh-oh. Can I get my lead back? Hello? Let's breed these guys up and see if maybe that works. Let's get my lead back. Can I snag it through here? I can. Hopefully that works and they don't suffocate. So let's see if the baby grows up and doesn't die. Yeah, unfortunately the idea did not it did not work. It literally killed it almost instantly, and I had to rewatch the footage because I didn't know where it went. And yeah, the baby died. So we're gonna have to drag them all here, sadly. This should be the last guy here. It's got to take them all the way to the end. Surprisingly, the hardest part of doing this was just getting them out of that cow pen and bringing them down here, but that didn't take too long, like 30 minutes or so. So let me grab that lead back, or not. There we go. And let's give it a shot. I think everything's good. I think this is blocked off, right? Yeah, so they all should fall in just fine. I don't think there's anything else that should get in the way. So actually, this will get in the way. So we want to break all these. These were just temporary, so I could get them across without everything else falling in. So I think that should do it. Let's give it a test. I got some wheat. Boost them all up and breed them as best I can. These guys are all jumping. I like it better when they jump like this. It's a lot better. Sometimes they don't. I have genuinely no idea why. Sometimes they don't. And it's a good way to level up. Maybe I should have my pickaxe in my left hand so that I can get all the XP and upgrade my pick. So if I were to get all of these guys, then I believe I should get around 16 cows in here in the bottom. And then I think once I press the button again, don't forget that part, they all fall. That one took a little bit of damage, don't know why. But there's all that XP down there, which I can't get to, sadly. I'm probably gonna just sit here and watch, do a little like time lapse of these guys so we can see it. But it looks like that worked just fine. I'm gonna go check the back, make sure nothing's still on. This should start working. It should flow. It is flowing. This should be timing. Cool. I think now it's just a waiting game. And if this works the first try here, I might add some type of half slab just to get the XP because it's so tempting and I don't want it to lag up the stuff. And then if it works well, I'm gonna put in the automatic sorting system over here and then maybe clean up this area. And I think that will probably be close to wrapping it up here. So I'm probably just gonna stand here and see what we can do. I believe we are finished. I did some work around the cave here. I finished the storage system and I added a few more completely unnecessary things back there. I'll show you in a sec. But I wanted to talk to you real quick about the farm here. While I was waiting and testing this out, I noticed that they are still suffocating, the cows, the baby cows when they grow up. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it has to do with the orientation of this face here. So if we open up F3, and then if you guys look right here where it says facing north, if we look, this farm itself is facing south. And in my creative world, I had it facing north. And in the creative world, I had absolutely no issues with the cows suffocating. Um, so what I did to compensate for them suffocating and not knowing why, because I tested it so much. I might hop into the creative world and show you how many times I tested it. But I tried everything. I made all these blocks transparent. The only thing they're suffocating on is the dispenser. And the reason that's happening, from what I kind of am guessing here, is that because of some issues with chunk, uh, I don't know. I don't really even know what to call it. But with the issues with the chunk and how these cows fall. When these baby cows are bred and the babies fall, sometimes they get too close to that wall and they grow up and they get stuck in that dispenser. Everything still travels through here, so you still have all the parts or the steak and stuff. They don't just disappear, but only if this uh, cells and stuff are facing north, so facing that way. So if I flip this and put it on that wall and had this facing this way, then it would be no issue. I tried removing the trap doors. I tried removing everything. The only thing that I was able to come up with is just a simple design to take in that raw beef that gets trapped and sent in here and just putting it into a smoker and just sending it back into the chest system. So this is just for coal and stuff. And then that sends it back into the chests, which I believe are all going right here. So since I've been testing it, this we've had 24 steak, which has been like a couple cows that have died to suffocating, that have had the raw beef, and then that beef has passed over this whole sorting system and gone into this last hopper here, gone into this, and then sent back in. So I'm not losing anything. Everything that these cows are producing, I'm getting. The only issue is like the orientation of that. So if you're planning on building this, keep that in mind. It's super easy to just flip it or set up that. It took me 2 seconds. It's really not that hard. Yeah, so if you're following along, just keep that in mind. And I think that's probably it. And another thing I wanted to talk about real quick is the live stream. So this area, especially because of all the torches, and this area, and so on throughout the base, I'm going to try to live stream me cleaning it up. And if you're interested in that, come check it out. Totally not necessary. It's just for fun, just to show you guys kind of my building process because I kind of enjoy talking about it. Um, and that's pretty much it, though. I think it'll be quite kind of fun if you guys want to come along. We'll clean up this area. It'll kind of look something like that, and then we'll bring that pathway in. We might make this entrance look like what we have over here with the whole facade thing. But and we might even work up top there, get that cove looking even better. But I also promised that I would show you what it looked like with shaders. So let me pop those on real quick. All right, so I wanted to show you what it looked like in the dawn, especially because I really like just the highlights of the bridge from when it's like rising above the hill here. So that's pretty cool. I really like this area. It's nothing special quite yet because it's not completely done, but I'm really happy with how this is turning out. So I'm gonna keep working on this in that live stream. I don't really have a set date. It might be this coming weekend. I'm not quite sure yet. But I really like the way this is coming together once that side's all finished and then all this is done. I might even add some fun things here that I might not show you guys quite yet because I'm still testing designs. But this is turning out really well or looking really well. Still not proper, but I'm pretty happy with it. If you want to come join, it's going to be in the description. If not, it's totally fine and understandable. It's not for everybody. So that's probably going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the cow farm, any ways you think of improving it, and I think that's all I got for you today. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.